Not too bad. So the battery, so I got 3 batteries, and this particular case, you have to slide it out to get to the battery department. So it's a little bit different. So if I need to live stream versus vlogging, and it does live stream. I just tested that out. It went right to my Twitch, which was pretty neat. But keeping track is, a great thing. We have the technology nowadays to have a personal photo album of Earth, and that's great stuff. Stuff to remember by. So there's something, I seriously don't know how every time I am cursed with the smallest white little flecks that just find their way into the smallest department completely possible. That thing is in there. My goodness, I don't even know where that came from. I'll never sneeze again. It just went right into the smallest crack possible on the lens. You're like, get out of my face. I'm like, alright, sorry, I'm back. So yeah, let's call that a family gathering, and you know what, I'll bring the truck back, I'll bring the car back here in a little bit. You know what? So right now it's kind of just mind games, I guess. All day, every day. Solitaire, video games, tiny epic board games, all the exciting stuff. Alright, well, I'm gonna try again here. See if I can't get this thing to crank that soldier boy. So this is the MacBook. This thing is the gaming computer, and I don't really want to get a gaming laptop, considering, it's just another desktop underneath that, because I'd be using that keyboard, I'd be using the mouse, I'd be using the external screen anyways. So it was basic computing needs on a scenic route versus gaming and all the stuff that it brings with it. Do you know the Muffin Man? But there's a lot of good news, completely out there stuff, and that's good. That's good to hear every once in a while. I haven't kept up. Alright. Well, if you find out anything else, let me know. I'll catch you later. Alright, this is another test on the GoPro, and kind of a little bit of everything. Honestly, let's just screen blur. Alright, Yeah, I got to go to Best Buy and got a couple of car things. I might do a bunch of camera out at the driving to the lakes and stuff for, you know, picnics or whatever. And I saw this on online. It's pretty neat. I don't know how to switch here, but this is it's like a let's see if I can not trip over myself. So it's like a moon with the constellations in it. Really cool, and you can personalize it. Like I knew I wanted to move to Spokane here, and it was on Halloween when I had made the decision. I was still kind of iffy about Montana, but Spokane won, I guess. Not everybody gets to have mountain views, I guess, but yeah, I've got quite a good view of the Cascades here, which is really nice. But I was able to get Final Cut Pro going. I never really edited on Final Cut Pro, but everybody seems to enjoy it. The way that I understand it is a lot more like Avid. My 2 months on Avid, and now I have Final Cut Pro and MacBook Pro, the whole freelancer get up, and I don't know what kind of creation content I want to do, but it seems like I'd like to do more driving content. There's not a whole lot of Uncle Cooley on YouTube has a pretty good channel where he just lets it stream, and he's got all that data on there. That's really cool, and yeah, that's kind of inspirational. And I don't think I'll be making cross-country trips anytime soon, but going across Washington, I mean, just knowing, I mean, if you take a look at Spokane, it's got one of the greatest setups ever. So I mean, I'm 4 hours from a lot of places. Specifically speaking, you know, when I was in Kansas, it was Hays to Wichita was like 4.5 hours or something like that, and Hays to Oklahoma City was something else. So it was kind of like everything was pretty much Walmart or online shopping. I mean, you get used to online shopping really quick, and after a while, it just gets kind of old. Status updating and the like is kind of more family, digital family talk and stuff like that, which is fine for me. There's not a whole lot of need for knee shaking in middle school anymore. But when you have Kansas, you had you know, all the cities kind of wrapped into one as Spokane, but you know, it takes 15 minutes to drive to Walmart, which isn't bad, because when I was Kansas, it was a whopping 27 miles from small town grow up to Hays, and it was just a pain. But when you have so many things that are like so close together, there's 5 Walmarts here, and people. It's a big driving rodeo here. It's not necessarily like Denver traffic, but it's definitely city driving, and it's kind of refreshing, to be honest. And when you have mountains and lakes, that there's at least 70 lakes around here, and I know I've been to Missouri's Ozarks in that area, in the center of it, for a couple of years, driving there for older family members, and they had that place was crazy. I mean, postcards alone don't even do, you know, the words justice. But yeah, it's really nice here. Today it's been cloudy. I like the clouds. I like kind of the diffusion of the sun. As you can tell, LEDs do more damage to me than sun does. But if I'm out in the sun longer than like 10 minutes, I start to blister. It's not really true, but I've had a sunburn that bad before. Yeah, I'm looking forward to driving to Seattle. It's only 4 hours away. I'm excited to drive to Portland. It's only 5 hours away. And yeah, seafood here. The seafood trucks stop here. I know a lot of people were talking about that on the roadside, but you have this entire area has salmon at Walmart that's like $9 for like 2 pounds of it. They have our seafood section was like a freezer door. Here they have like it out in the center of the aisle. They have the freezer door, and it's big. They have quite a few seafood places here, but I'm pretty sure everybody, you know, just stocks up on slabs and probably gets it more fresh out out by the coast. But technically, I guess I just found this out, we're called the inland northwest, and being kind of more west at the border of Idaho and Washington, you kind of make the best do with what you got. But this is the kind of idea. So over here is the Spokane River, and you kind of follow it, and you end up into the mountains kind of over here by Hobbiton land. But yeah, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big city. But from over here, you know, down here, that's only 5 hours. Kansas, you'd be in Oklahoma City, you know, by about 6 or 7 hours. That's a little smaller than Kansas, but you get a lot more view. So I don't quite know yet how they do their mountain towns, but I know Seattle is the biggest city in Washington. Tacoma and Olympia are all kind of in the same area. And over here is the second largest one. So it's kind of like a good thing for people. But when you have so many bonusable things, it's kind of nice. This really isn't the goal for me. I was looking at Tacoma for for a while. I figured, you know, stuff, but price hikes in the last few years changed quite a bit. So the biggest reveal is that I'm at the Cascades. I made it, and I feel safe here. I've only seen a few junkies out dancing in the middle of nowhere, but I guess you get that kind of anywhere. We're kind of famous right now for a ball and chain of homeless people, but I guess we're all kind of homeless in some form or another. But when you have a moment, you can probably even check out some other data on Spokane on your own. But right now it's been pretty nice. I found this little object right here. It's kind of like a grill cart, but right now I've been using it as a kitchen island. So our kitchen here is pretty studio size, pretty big for me. So I got some unnecessaries kind of over here, but keeping it clean and stuff is important to me. And I guess all you really need is an air fryer and a microwave, but anymore it's just, you gotta remember, love your air fryers. They're so healthy. And the food's a lot better. It's more food than it is processed, but I've never had an induction countertop before, so it was my first time that I used it. The steak had splattered, and I guess it kind of scuffed up the foil here, but I've been trying my hardest to kind of clean it, and it hasn't been too good. But I guess if that's the worst that can happen, you know. But for anybody who does air frying, I got the word that s'more dip's in, so I get s'more dip like as much as I can. It's so good. But when you pick one up, you get these the paper liners, like parchment paper liners, and as you can see, they're pretty decent. But over here we have something that's a little bit better. These are like $5 each, I think, or $3 or something. But they're reusable and they're silicone. So this sucker takes up to 400 degrees. And I mean, my air fryer only goes to 400. But when you're at 365, it's still here. It went through the dishwasher or Walmart. Reusable, really nice, and so I picked that up, and then I stopped soda and I stopped energy drinks, but I still got some Alani. I heard from another streamer that it's kind of the thing to do, so I went ahead and picked up a little bit of it. And then this stuff right here is called Muscle Milk, and it's a protein drink, and it's pretty good. It's pretty creamy. It's really kind of proactive and energetic kind of feel to it, which is nice. And then yeah, nothing too exciting. I mean, I really kind of settled in with Big Joe bean bag. You have to fluff it every week or so, because my fat body flattens it out pretty quick. And then there's at Walmart, there's these recycled eco kind of blankets from Berkshire. Oh, they're really nice. But yeah, I bought probably about 10 of them. Some for the car, the Bronco, and some for the inside. Then I kind of got this like rug thing going down. I bought a bunch of rugs to kind of warm up the touch. I'm watching another Sausage Party movie. So I'm not necessarily used to Apple products that much. I mean, it's Linux, but so the Apple mouse is nice, but I don't know who modeled the hand for it. But my hand just does not fit on it at all, and I mean, I fit on it. There's no Magic Mouse XL. There's just, you know, what's going on with it. But there's quite a few games that I've been kind of getting excited for. I've been wanting to play Avowed again. I need to put my mind to it to get it going, and it'd be exciting. So this is a privacy tent. So when I used to live in Kansas, I lived in a basement, which is good news because, you know, is it 11 o'clock, is it 9 o'clock, it didn't really matter. And I ended up getting a privacy tent for my bed. So my bed was on the floor. It was a twin XL, and it was like 6 years old, 10 years old. And I had it on the floor, so it would just slide in the privacy tent, and in the morning the curtains and the blinds would be green, and it was like it was super diffused and stuff, but it was a lot more enticing to have it, because I wouldn't be able to see the green tint everywhere. The sun didn't incidentally shine through 33 buildings and hit my one tiny little hole in the curtain, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, getting beamed too much. I like having natural sun more than, you know, incandescent lights. So when I got here, I didn't have enough space in the Bronco to put all the things I ever wanted in there. So I just figured I'd buy new stuff here, same kind of setup. And yeah, the privacy tent came, and yeah, the one little thing doesn't do the sun at 6 here very much justice. I mean, especially when I was trying to get my sleep schedule back, and the curtains saved my life, I guess. But that was, you know, it's probably 3 months too late. But I didn't think that anybody would make a curtain rod that long, and it's already like at 120 inches. I think it's like at 9. I think it's like 9 foot, 10 foot, somewhere in there. And it's kind of a custom window. There's no way to open up the windows, so I don't get any natural air, but I get a bunch of natural sunlight. So my air purifier is going, so I don't have to worry about the black mold anymore. But yeah, nothing too different, nothing too bad. As long as you can keep up with the influx of video logs, nothing too bad. I don't know too much else. Probably just consider everything kind of done with, I guess. But there's there's still a lot of potential here. I mean, I lost my gaming group friends. I lost online friends and just a bunch of stuff. That was kind of out of my control that I know of. It was all out of my control mostly. And it ended up having an entire kind of like lonesome effect on me, I guess. But I don't mind being movie inhibited, but sometimes it's nice to have, things to do that's not constantly problems and stuff like that. But I have a exciting time. So I'm planning on having a walk around. So I went for a walk kind of around the area that's kind of out of my norm. And it was probably about a month ago, 2 months, 3 months ago. But I went and saw a part of this bridge that was where we're based out of, and it's just called the Iron Bridge, and it was really kind of nice to have that kind of be a thing. So kind of just like so my chest harness should be here coming up, so I might do a walking video and then see if I can't transition the GoPro to a car mount so we can go out for a drive around Spokane for a little bit. I mean, I've only really been on a few of the roads, and something that really kind of cool is just kind of down by a courthouse where I was getting my concealed license here, and they had the riverfront, the waterfalls, and I believe it's to the riverfront area. They had quite a bit of an eye-catching spot there. But let me. So I'm going to see what I can do with this app here. So this is live, and it's reading my new. The first time I was recording on like a small SD card, a micro SD card. Now I got a couple of terabyte cards in, and it looks like it read it, so I don't have to worry too much about changing things up too much. I mean, as far as weather goes here, as far as things go, last time I had a GoPro, it was the Hero 3, I believe, or the Hero It was probably back in 2015, so I would probably say the Hero 3. And this is the Hero 13. So that's something else. And yeah, I mean, I kind of really, I don't mind being called Adam, but I kind of prefer Ansel nowadays. Kind of a identity crisis has been averted. Yeah, no, this is I kind of like the GoPros a little bit better than the DSLRs. When I had first started learning cameras, um, it was garage sale stuff. But every once in a while, you'd find those home video um, cameras, kind of like the Sony XRs, Sony XFs. I can't remember what the codes were, but you'd find those and they record directly to VHS. Those are really kind of cool. And when I had entered college, community college, in one of the other areas over there, I had gotten into dubbing footage from track to digital. So the college there had like a small AV squad, and inevitably they had a collected footage from decades. So they had cameras that would record to track. So it'd be kind of like a cassette tape, and they had like cassette machines that they would use to play back the footage that the squad would record. And they left all the the cassette tape tracks sitting around in a room, kind of like a library of them. So if the professors back in the 80s or the 90s, maybe even further than that, wanted to record a lecture or record an interview or have a reason to record something, they would have recorded it to these tracks. So they would just sit around, they get labeled like a VHS would, a home VHS, and they had changed everything to structured storage, digital storage. So we would record and then live dub and then just watch for errors or watch for stuff. But it was a pretty laid back job. It wasn't nothing too expected. And then we would do that for a really long time, and there was just this like amount of footage that you would go through. So the cameras that they had could record to that kind of footage, and I don't believe it was an 8-track. I believe it was just good lord, it was 15 years ago. Yeah, it was when I was a freshman in college. But when they had ended up dubbing so much footage and stuff that our room was right next to the cafeteria. So we would just go in this little closet like room, and there'd be, I'd say, probably 2,000 tapes in there, and our job was to do that while we weren't editing footage on Adobe, and just getting a bunch of college sports footage for the players and the community around. And then I went to Fort Hays, and I got into kind of the informatics department, and I didn't really pay much attention to quite a few things that went on, but we ended up getting a new building when I was there. with a green screen and a bunch of DSLR cases, and it was kind of cool to get into the tech around that time. But I was more into the software. I enjoyed editing. I enjoyed TriCasting. I was a technical director for my duration there for a long time. Essentially as camera switching and overlays and kind of just all that kind of important stuff. And it was definitely a kind of a learning experience. But I didn't get any proof of anything. I don't know how I didn't get an associate's degree. I don't know how I didn't get a bachelor's degree. I was, credits short, right? And I don't know. The department seemed to be more about who you knew and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard not to get too involved into the behind the scenes groups and stuff. But it was definitely during the time that YouTube had not taken off quite yet. I mean, Rocket Jump, the action team, hadn't even, they had just released maybe 6 months of footage, right? Like it was a while ago. And they're probably like, huh? But yeah, no, the people who made Video Game High School, that was on, I think Netflix had it for a while. But it was a kickstarted video. Really kind of a cool idea and concept. But yeah, I kind of miss the environment. I miss the sporting events. I never thought of myself as a big fanatic on sports, but I don't mind playing Madden. I don't mind playing NBA 2K. I just, kind of cool. Community is a powerful word, and the Gonzaga is a really cool school. I didn't really hear about Gonzaga, if I can pronounce them right. But there's so many opportunities around. I'm right next to the campus, so it's pretty nice. But I'm glad it's pretty quiet here. Anything could be a lot worse, especially when you're, driving behind the wheel. But there's so much exciting stuff, keeping up with news and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely, I don't know, Mr. and Mrs. Chat, I would imagine, I'll find a French word that'll suit you a lot better. But for right now, it's not too bad. There's still quite a bit of improvement that can go with some of the things. B-roll shots, I'm not sure what to grab. Pretty much anything and everything, but I'm pretty set in stone right now. I feel pretty good. Anybody in the area knows if I can get the opportunity to help with any cable running or anything, let me know. I wouldn't mind getting to know a few people here, especially since that's where all the D&D people are at, the Pathfinder people are at. But there's quite a few. The arena here, I'm sure, gets pretty busy. It'd be really kind of cool. So I guess a shout out for that. And then there's quite a few food here that's also pretty good. I wouldn't mind. There's a night shift at Pizza Hut that's open, I guess. I drove by it today and they were looking for somebody. Everything's online, so I don't think my paper application would work. But I want to get my partials in before I start going for a job hunt, and then see if I can't find a road or something to get a good idea of the local area of stuff. Kill some time, stop killing time. I don't know. Just driving safe. But it looks like I got my package in, so I must have 2 packages down there now. I like the shop app. It's pretty nice. It has a lot of the startup companies going around using it. I'm not much of a hat guy. I've always been more of a sun hat guy, and I've never been a cap kind of guy, but this one's kind of cool. So if you don't know, I like pop culture, and things that describe me as a nerd or a geek would be like gargoyles, darkness, and hopeful walkings, and quite a few, just stuff. But this is a flat bill, but it's a gargoyle on the brim, and yeah, it's got gargoyles underneath there, and it's pretty neat. I'm with my tattoo, the snake and the heart here. I have some floral going on, and Swaney did a really great job with the floral, and I was thinking about getting some more on my arm, but yeah, when Adept came out with Ivory Tower, I was pretty impressed. But so far I'm getting a system down, and doing the MacBook Final Cut. I didn't really cut anything. Like, there was a couple areas I wanted to cut, but I was just like, I'm just gonna upload it raw and go from there. But yeah, the caps I'm coming in, and then so it turns out Amazon, and I didn't know this, maybe it was years ago, but Amazon had made an app for Amazon Haul, which it's pretty much not TikTok, but Temu. It's pretty much Temu, but Amazon products. So on one hand, you have Temu that has the kind of more homemade level stuff, 3D printed stuff, cheaper stuff, which is really cool. And then Amazon seems to have a little bit more, Amazon level items. But yeah, no, so I went on there and I was looking for smaller objects like silverware and stuff like that, and I found some pretty cool stuff, but some stuff to get me by. But one of the coolest things that I found so far on the shop app is this briefcase. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know where the light's at. I lost my light. But it's really nice. The strap is pure leather, and it's got, you know, the stuff that I need in it um, for right now. And yeah, it's pretty good. But my GoPro lens, why my Pro lens thing came in. Um, but there's on the shop app, there's a page that's called Heroes and Villains. So I'm not much of a Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars, um, but the Mandalorian TV show had a backpack sling. It's not necessarily a purse, but you know, it carries stuff. And nowadays you have a cell phone that weighs, you know, a pound, and then keys that weigh 2 pounds, and a wallet that weighs a pound and a half. And you know, there's just a lot of stuff to carry, especially when you call them outings instead of going into town real quick. And yeah, you never know what you need. Um, but I mean, if I since you're my new digital family, or I guess old digital family, since time machines are probably a thing. Um, yeah, I've been eating a lot more smaller portions, um, trying a meal a day, and a lot more water, and limiting bread intake. Um, TV dinners are, you know, a great thing, and then the basics, the meat and potatoes, are easy to do. Um, I really don't bake too much. I never really tried or attempted it. I tried brownies, you know, and box stuff. I'm sure, you know, isn't too hard. I just don't really have a lot of opportunities to eat a lot of sweets. Um, Soda pop kind of did that for me, and yeah, it screwed me real bad. um, but I'm gonna get this GoPro thing going here, and get the ecosystem officialed. And I got a suction mount and a clamp mount. That's gonna work. I got two so far tripod, you know, devices. I mean, it's not like the tripod that I have for my DSLR. I believe it was the Canon 60D with a magic lantern hack on it. Man, one thing's for sure, that was actually really nice. The magic lantern did quite a bit of justice for the shortcomings of support and community. Those people at that time period, unheard of. And that was gracious. That was beyond any French and Spanish word I can think of. Magic Lantern was the bomb. And yeah, so far I haven't really gotten into any holiday spirits again, but one of these days, I'd like to. This year we can probably take Christmas out, see what damage we can do. Um, so I don't know how to. Since I don't really want to run it as a dash cam, but I'm trying to think of a good median. Um, if I put it behind me and I kind of get it over the shoulder, it could work quite a bit more than directly onto the window. That's what I'm thinking. So the clamp mount should come in quite a bit more handy. I do have utility stuff, or you know, like backpacks and stuff back there, that's on so I'm thinking maybe I can do a back window suction mount to an over-the-shoulder drive sphere. It would be kind of hard, but it's something else, I guess. But let's see. I've been kind of repeating myself for about 20 minutes here. That's not too bad. You know, I got about everything, so you can't stop at the mental thrift store and not at least get one Happy Meal. But I'm glad we can enjoy our tech time together. Do you wanna take a look around? It's not too exciting, but I don't think I need to film out there beyond the door. But I bought a 22 and a Glock 45, so I can have a hobby out at the range or something here instead of extending my my stay too long. Rainbow Six Siege X was announced 6 hours ago. June 10th. We don't need to hurry that hard now, do we? I'm not that quick. Yeah, I don't know why my my screen keeps going dark every like 20 seconds or something. Let me see if there's a setting for that. I just unboxed it. I'm just getting it tested out. Don't mind me. I'm almost sure I still can. Alright. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to turn you around. I'm going up. Whatever you say, doctor, just don't hurt me. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I can't operate anything while it's better than me, huh? I don't know why that ain't working either. This fancy thing. You know, when I can almost say I remember when this used to be. Well, that's not working like I thought it would. But wow, you know, TriCasters around the. You know what? I actually haven't really even looked. I'm sure there's probably some plays or something going on around here that we can try to get a job at. It'd be kind of nice. I don't know. It'd be kind of different. So I'm shooting for an hour. Right now I'm at 50:06 on the screen. Straight video record.